Stand by, Lisa Long. Thank you. All right, we call number 22-40440, the state of Texas versus Xavier Judge Senegal.
Fix it. Right. I'll fix it.
Mr. Senegal is indicted with the third-degree felony of stalking, of family violence. The jury is seated in the courtroom. All parties are present. Good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. First thing we're going to do is swear all of you in as jurors in this case. Please raise your right hands. Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm that in the case of the state of Texas versus Xavier Judge Senegal, you will a true verdict render according to the law and the evidence, so help you God? Lower your hands. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, by the oath that you have just taken as jurors, you have now become officials of this court and active participants in the public administration of justice, which is a great honor in a self-governing democratic republic that we live in. If at any time you cannot clearly hear the proceedings, please raise your hand. Let me know. I want to make sure that you can clearly hear what's going on during the trial here in the courtroom and also see the evidence and the witnesses clearly as you are listening to the evidence as it is being presented. No one may discuss this case with you during your service as jurors until you go back together to deliberate amongst yourselves on a verdict. And likewise, don't feel offended if you happen to, if the lawyers in this case, when you run into them in the hallway or in the elevators, that they do little more than nod to you. To maintain the integrity of the jury system, the law prohibits them from speaking with you until you are released from duty in this case. If someone does contact you or tries to contact you about this case while jurors, please report that at once to our bailiff. And also, do not discuss the evidence in this case with your fellow jurors until the end of the case when you go back together and deliberate. And also, when people find out you are jurors, they want to ask you, what can you tell me? And again, don't speak about this to your spouse, significant others, friends, or anyone else until you are discharged at the end of the trial. Then you can talk about your experiences and deliberations with anyone as you wish. Be careful about watching news reports, reading newspaper articles, or listening to any radio reports. If while you are a juror, there is a story about this case, please turn the page, mute the sound, turn the channel. Again, we don't want you to get any outside information about this case other than what's presented here in this courtroom. Now, some jurors like to take notes, and if you want to do that, that's fine. If you choose to do so, those notes are for your purposes only. You are not allowed to share them with other jurors. And one way that I see jurors do it is that they're writing notes and they can refer to them during their deliberations, but you can't say, look what my notes state. I wrote this during trial day number 2. They can't do it. You can't do it that way with other jurors because then that would be interjecting matters which have not been formally admitted into evidence. But again, what you write in notes, you can refer to on your own if you wish. Don't go to any of the locations referred to by the witnesses in this case. And likewise, don't go out and do any field investigation of the facts of this case. You will receive all the evidence here in the courtroom. And likewise, don't look in books, encyclopedias, or dictionaries, or go to the library or review courthouse records in order to obtain information over and above what is presented to you during this trial. Please listen carefully, as I know you will, to the testimony. No testimony will be read back to you during your deliberations unless you disagree about a specific statement or statements made during witnesses during the trial. Now, in just a moment, the lawyers have an opportunity to make opening statements, which are brief overviews of their theory of the case and what they intend to present. The statements that they make, all statements of attorneys, do not constitute evidence unless they are called as a witness in a case. They have very important duties in sending to you the message and advocating for their position. But again, the statements and questions of the lawyers to witnesses do not constitute any evidence. What is evidence is the sworn answers by the witnesses. That's the evidence that you will consider. Of course, the questions set up your understanding of the answers, and that's why we have a question and answer method. It's been long a practice as early courts realized when you place a witness on a stand and just tell them, ask them to tell jurors what they know about the event. A lot of times people aren't good speakers. They freeze, they're intimidated. They don't do a good job in giving a speech when they're not used to it. That's why we have a question and answer method that has been used for about 1,000 years now. Now, in just a moment, we're going to be going into the evidence. And your oath that you have just taken states that you will render a verdict only on the evidence submitted to you under the court's legal rulings. The evidence you may consider will consist of the testimony of the witnesses from that witness chair, and also evidence may be presented in the form of physical objects or documents, which we call exhibits. During the trial, attorneys make objections, and when an objection is made, it is necessary for the court to rule on those objections. Court judges are referred to as the gatekeepers of the admissibility of evidence. People have asked me, what have you done that helps you do your job as a trial judge? And again, I've presided over more than 600 felony jury trials. So we've done a lot. In every jury trial, something different occurs. But I tell people when they ask that question, 10 years as a basketball official, and there's so much alike between what I do and being a basketball official, except there's not 1,000 people shouting at you every time you blow the whistle. You have to know the rules and you have to apply them fairly. And this is a compilation of several of the different rules. In the first part of this Criminal Laws of Texas publication, you have right here the penal code, the Texas Penal Code, which essentially is the great number of laws that are devised to show what crimes are committed, what it takes to commit a crime, what the elements of those crimes are. And most of the criminal law is found in the penal code. A lot of other criminal cases are found in the drug enforcement laws, and a third of our caseload are drug cases. In fact, another third are crimes committed because of drug abuse. So drugs are a big part of it. So it has its own section. Then you have the Code of Criminal Procedure, this big thick section, and this dictates the rules of how a case works its way through the system from the very beginning to the end. This one is the rules of evidence, and this is what the legislature set forth are the methods that evidence is presented properly in a courtroom. You just don't say, here's a bottle, we admit it into evidence. No. You have to have a foundation for its admissibility. That has to be relevant and reliable. And if an objection is made, then the court has to rule on the objection before it is admitted. I was on the Rules of Evidence Committee that wrote this, so I'm very sensitive about the rules of evidence being done correctly. It's a compilation of laws, and that's what this whole scenario is about. It is a formulation in a form, in a procedure that is built around laws, but most importantly, the overriding concept is fairness and justice. So each of you gets to see the facts as you see them. That is your job. You evaluate the credibility of the witnesses. You get to decide how much weight and value the witness's testimony and other evidence should be given. In considering the value of the testimony of the witnesses, you can consider what you do every day when you interact with people. their appearance, their attitude, their behavior, their interest in the outcome of the case, their relationship to the parties, the inclination of the witnesses to tell the truth, the probability or improbability of witnesses' statements. And most importantly, because in no case do the jurors get all the information possible in a matter. The law then states you can fill in those gaps missing by using reasonable inferences from the statements and from the evidence. In other words, using your common sense to fill in the gaps. That is allowed. You do this every day when you interact and make decisions. When you make decisions, you don't know everything about it. There are gaps that you use in your common sense, in your education, in your experiences in life. That is something you can bring into your decision making during your deliberations as jurors, and all other factors you feel may help you in giving the testimony of the witnesses and the degree of credibility of the evidence that you feel it deserves. The trial is going to proceed in the following way. In just a moment, I'm going to ask the state of Texas to present the indictment. The defendant shall plead to the indictment. Then the parties get to make opening statements, which are brief overviews of a roadmap of what they feel their evidence is going to present so that you can understand their theory of the case. Because of the presumption of innocence that we talked about during voir dire, the state of Texas goes first. They have the duty, the obligation, the burden to prove the case that's alleged, and they must meet that burden by a test of beyond a reasonable doubt. They will call witnesses, and witnesses will be questioned from that witness chair. After the state questions witnesses, the defense gets to cross-examine those witnesses. At some point in time, you will hear the state say, "We rest." Then the defense may or may not present witnesses. Sometimes they don't call any witnesses. They just rest right behind the state. That doesn't mean that the sky is falling. They're throwing in the towel. They're admitting guilt. What that means is I know what the final argument is going to be. The defense will state, we didn't put it on any evidence because the state of Texas has the burden to prove we can present evidence, but we believe the state did not meet their burden proving beyond a reasonable doubt. That's what they will do. I don't even have to know. I've just done it for 40 years. And that's what the argument would be, which sometimes that happens. But if the defense does place witnesses, they can do that. They can call witnesses. And after a witness is questioned by the defense attorney, the state gets to cross-examine. At some point in time, both parties will say, "We rest." And when that happens, I will read to you the jury charge, which contains all the law applicable for your deliberations. The lawyers will make their final arguments, and then you will go back together to deliberate on a verdict right through that door into the deliberation room. At all times, it is your foremost required duty under the law to see that justice is done in accordance with the law the court provides to you and the evidence presented. At this time, I'm going to ask the state of Texas to present the indictment. The defendant shall rise.
In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, the grand jurors for the county of Jefferson, state aforesaid, duly organized as such at the July term, AD 2022, of the 252nd District Court of Jefferson County, in said county and state, upon oath in said court, present that Xavier Judd Senegal, aka Judd Senegal, aka Xavier Judd Wayne Senegal, aka Xavier Senegal, hereafter styled the defendant, committed an offense hereafter styled the primary offense on or about the 4th day of July, 2022, and anterior to the presentment of this indictment, in the county of Jefferson and state of Texas, did then and there, and pursuant to the same scheme and course of conduct directed specifically at Janice Stoker, knowingly engage in conduct that constituted an offense under section 42.07 of the Texas Penal Code, namely repeated electronic communication, and the defendant's conduct would cause a reasonable person to, and did cause Janice Stoker, a person with whom the defendant has or has had a dating relationship, to feel harassed, annoyed, alarmed, abused, tormented, embarrassed, or offended. And did then and there on or about the 4th day of July, 2022, and pursuant to the same scheme and course of conduct directed specifically at Janice Stoker, knowingly engage in conduct that constituted an offense under section 42.07 of the Texas Penal Code, namely threatening to commit violence against associates of Janice Stoker, and the defendant's conduct would cause a reasonable person to and did cause Janice Stoker, a person with whom the defendant has or has had a dating relationship, to feel harassed, annoyed, alarmed, abused, tormented, embarrassed, or offended. And did then and there on or about the 4th day of July, 2022, and pursuant to the same scheme and course of conduct that was directed specifically at Janice Stoker, hereafter styled the complainant, knowingly engage in conduct directed specifically toward the complainant that the defendant knew or reasonably should have known that the complainant would regard as threatening that an offense would be committed against Janice Stoker, a person with whom the defendant has or has had a dating relationship, namely breaking into the habitation of Janice Stoker, and the defendant's conduct would cause a reasonable person to fear, and did cause Janice Stoker to be in fear that an offense would be committed against her, against the peace and dignity of the state, signed by the form of the grand jury.
Xavier Judge Senegal, as defendant in this case, how do you plead to the indictment as just read by the state of Texas? Guilty or not guilty? Go ahead.
Not guilty.
Not guilty is entered into the record on your behalf. You may be seated. Thank you. All right, at this time, the court will allow opening statements, beginning with the state of Texas.
Please, court counsel.
Yes.
Good morning. As the judge told you, I'm not going to make an argument. This is not time for that. That comes later after all the evidence is presented. Right now, it's just kind of a roadmap to let you know what to look for, what I'm going to present to you, and what I think the evidence is going to show you. Okay? So let's start off with, in a perfect world, I would have every witness in a chronological order. But I have a police officer who's trying to get out of town today, and so I'm going to put him on first so he can get out of town, and then I'll call the rest of the witnesses. It's going to be a short case, you're going to find, because everything happened, and I'll tell you how this story goes. It happened really quick. Janice Stoker and the defendant, Xavier Senegal, have known each other for many, many years. I think Janice knew him back when they were high school, around that age, or younger age. And everything was fine as far as knowing each other. They weren't in a dating relationship. They just knew each other. And you'll hear Janice say that back then he was an okay guy. Then somewhere in about 2021 into 21, sometime into 22, you're going to hear that for about 9 months, they were in a dating relationship. And Janice is going to tell you that she was in love, that otherwise she wouldn't have stayed in the relationship as long as she did. You're going to hear her say that when it started, everything was fine, but she believes because of possible drug usage by the defendant that his personality changed. And he became violent. And there were several violent altercations, and she will tell you that both of them were fighting physically because of the fact of the way he was trying to abuse her. She was defending herself. They fought back and forth. And this went back and forth, and she was in love. She didn't want him to leave. She didn't want anything to go wrong, but they just kept going back and forth. She's called the police on him. And I think about April of 2022, you'll hear that she'll tell you about that, what the situation was, and she left, and they still got back together. And then about June 13th, she said she's going to tell you that Janice Stoker's going to tell you that the relationship became to where he started becoming more and more aggressive sexually. That if she didn't want to have sex, he would physically hold her down. She'd try to clamp her legs together and he would force himself on her. And so at June 13th, she just had enough and she broke up with the defendant and gave him back all his stuff and let him go his way. That's when all this began as far as the stalking. You're going to hear her say that he began texting her, coming by her house, driving by the road. He would make comments on text messages that let her know that he had been standing by her window, thought he had heard her having sex with somebody. You're going to see some security videos from Janice Stoker's house at 23, I believe 20, let me make sure I get this address correct. 2326 Pope Street, I was right. Where she had moved after he had been over that house a couple of times, I think, before in May and slept over there. But after they broke up, he was not supposed to come back over anymore. That was her house. It was in her name. And she was living alone. The relationship was over with. She'd had, right after they broke up on June 13th, she'd had a loss of her aunt. So the family was dealing with that loss. And now she's got the defendant starting to come over and make comments, starting to text her constantly. She's trying not to engage with him, and yet he's still constantly, you're going to see a lot of text messages. I promise you, I'm going to be very efficient in this trial. I'm not going to bore you with all the text messages, but I am going to show you a number of them to where you get the idea, and I'll tender in the rest of them. If you want to look at them, you're welcome to look at all the text messages. So then he starts coming to the house. You're going to see a couple of home security videos where he's standing outside the house. He's knocking on the door. He's trying to get in. He's yelling at her. He's trying to get her to come to the door to talk to him, yelling and screaming. And then you're going to see one incident where he actually goes in the house. There's a video inside the living room, and she has some friends over because she's scared. She has a cousin and her friend and her daughter over staying with her at this house. And you're going to see how the defendant just comes in the front door and they're talking and he's yelling at Janice, trying to ask her if she's got somebody in there with her in the bedroom. And he's yelling and yelling for about 5 minutes. And when they start to call the police, he leaves. You're going to hear that on June 20th, she and her cousin, who's about 9 years old, were going to her house and the defendant was standing out on the front porch. And as they try to go in the front, he starts trying to take her phone from her, if she has another man. He's just obsessed with this. And he keeps trying to take her phone. And you're going to hear a 911 call from her as he's got the phone. You can hear her yelling, "Xavier, that's my phone," and yelling and screaming. You're going to hear her say that she called the police because he assaulted her at the door, assaulted her 9-year-old cousin because her cousin was right there and got caught up in the fray and got hit. So her and her cousin run down the street. Janice and her cousin run down the street. Xavier looks like he's fixing to leave, so she comes back to get back in, and Xavier comes back, and you're going to see that he took a tire iron and he smashed all the windows in her car. You're going to see the pictures of the windows busted out in her car. You're going to see the swelling. You'll hear the officer say he saw some swelling on the 9-year-old girl's nose, the swelling and the scrapes on the victim, Janice Stoker's knees. That was June 20th. July 3rd, you're going to see some videos of the defendant coming and being at the house and trying to knock on the door, get to talk to her. Then you're going to see a police officer who is Michael Davis. Elisha Jones. He's the one who's going to testify first. On July the 4th, the defendant comes over there and there's a bunch of family members and he's trying to beat her. And when the police get there, there's a whole big old melee of all these people fighting and everything. And that's when I think the defendant is actually charged with stalking. It's over and done. And that stops the process of this incident. So you're going to see that the reason this is a very fast trial is because it went from June 13th until July the 4th, and the pattern of behavior that was there placed her in fear, and you're going to see why. And I think once you listen to all the evidence and you see the physical exhibits, that you'll understand why Janice Stoker was afraid that there was going to be an offense committed against her or some type of violence committed against her or her family. I look forward to presenting the case to you.
Mr. Vasquez, do you want to make an opening statement at this time?
Briefly, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Counsel, Mr. Senegal. Good morning. Welcome back. Mr. Laird has given you the roadmap of everything he thinks he can prove to you beyond a reasonable doubt. Please remember that the defense, and the judge just reminded you, and you hear it all the time on television, the defense is under no obligation to prove anything. Their job is to hold the state to its burden of proving the element, each allegation, each element in the indictment beyond a reasonable doubt to you. As bad as all that sounds, each element has to be proven to you beyond a reasonable doubt. You're going to hear me object to a lot of things, not because I'm trying to hide them from you, because I think they're prejudicial and I don't think they're relevant to the charges against Mr. Senegal. So please keep an open mind until all of the evidence is in. Everyone's been heard from. You're the finders of fact, the 12 of you. Judge will give you the law at the end of all this. Please keep an open mind until the trial's over. Thank you.
First witness statement.
Paul Elijah Jones.
Please come forward. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Yes, sir. Please have a seat, please. Thank you.
You state your name for the record, please.
Officer Elisha Jones,
And how are you employed?
the city of Beaumont,
How long have you worked for them?
for approximately 5 years.
And you in patrol, I guess?
Yes, sir.
Back in July 4th of 2022, were you an officer with the Beaumont Police Department? And were you on patrol?
Yes, sir.
And did you get a call to go to an address at 2326 Polk Street?
Yes.
And is that here in Beaumont?
Yes, sir.
And is that in Jefferson County, Texas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was the purpose of the call that you got?
And for the news.
Yes, sir. It's only been a couple of years,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
Believe it, the disturbance.
Okay. When you got there, was there disturbance kind of going on?
There was absolutely.
What's going on when you got there?
So I remember there being a lot of family members, at that residence. They believed they were fighting between, the owner of the house and somebody who came and tried to, get inside that residence.
Okay. Was that person there that tried to get inside the residence?
They were near violence scenes.
Okay. Were they nearby or did somebody else stop them?
I believe somebody else detained.
Okay. So, but they weren't there whenever you.
I don't believe so.
So when you came up to the house, so there was a bunch of family members. Was there a person by the name of Janice Stoker there?
Yes.
And was she the main person, the person on the house, or was renting the house?
Yes.
What kind of condition was everybody in? Were they all excited?
They were all frantic, yes, sir.
Had it just happened?
Correct.
And whenever I say it just happened, you arrived within minutes of getting the call, didn't you?
Correct.
And did it appear that everybody was still just trying to? Let's do this. Whenever police officers arrive and they get there shortly after something happens, is everybody trying to tell you something at once?
Absolutely. It's very chaotic.
Okay. And did you get to talk to Janice Stoker?
Yes.
And was she still under an excited state?
I believe so.
Okay. I mean, it was right after it happened, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
And was she trying to tell you what was going on with the situation?
Yes, sir.
And what did she tell you that was going on?
I'm gonna refer to
Judge,
it.
check to hearsay.
It's an exception, Judge, the president's sense impression, officer got there right after the call had recently happened, and he said she was still under an excited state, so. I believe it fits the exception to the hearsay rule.
All right, overruled. Ladies and gentlemen, when we wrote the rules of evidence, generally speaking, hearsay, that is statements made by someone else, not the person testifying, are generally inadmissible because you want it from the speaker who made the speech. That's the best form of the presentation of evidence. However, that was the general rule. We also put in several exceptions to that rule that would be admissible. Among other things, we decided that something called present sense impression, that is a statement describing or explaining an event or condition made while or immediately after the declarant perceived it, would be admissible because it was determined that has believability to it. And it's, again, a jury decides how much weight and credibility to be giving it, but that would be admissible if the jury believes it, because that in those situations, people don't have the time to make stuff up generally. Also, an excited utterance is also an exception to the rule. That's a statement relating to a startling event or condition made while the declarant, the person stating, was under the stress of the excitement at the time it was stated. And again, the Rules of Evidence Committee deemed that has believability because they didn't have time to formulate a story, and that it's just common sense that people in those states are going to just be uttering what they tend to utter, what they perceive, not having a chance to make up a wild story. Again, that is admissible. The objection is overruled. The jury gets to decide, though, how much weight and credibility you wish to give. Go ahead.
Did Ms. Stoker say how the altercation began at the scene?
Basically, she told me that her ex-boyfriend came to the residence, tried to break in, was causing problems, and previously there were several other incidents that she encountered with him. There were other issues as well.
Okay, did she in fact show you some things on her phone?
She did, yes.
What did she show you on her
I
phone?
believe it was just a ton of messages harassing her.
Okay. Did you take photographs of those messages?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you turned them in with the case, is that right?
Yeah, it was.
And I showed those to you earlier, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
But in order to make sure that these are correct, I'll have her introduce them. I'm gonna tell you these state's exhibits 2A through 2H and see if those look like those messages that you took photographs of.
Yes, sir.
Those are the messages she showed you on her phone.
Correct.
And after looking at that, did y'all determine that an offense was being committed?
Correct, yes, sir.
And were you the lead officer to make the report and determine all that?
Yes, sir.
What offense did you determine was being committed?
Stalking.
So, was he there?
He was around the area. I don't
Okay.
remember exactly where. He was.
Did you actually get to have contact with him that night?
I do not.
Okay. Did you issue him anything?
I did. Criminal trespass warning was issued. Yes, sir.
Okay. So you don't recall whether you saw him or not?
I don't recall, but I believe.
Okay. You believe you did?
Yes, sir.
Do you see him in the courtroom today?
Yes.
And can you point to him and describe an article of clothing he's wearing? What's he wearing?
I believe.
Record reflect he's identified the defendant. It's with or without a tie or jacket.
Without a tire jacket.
Okay, there you
The
go.
man on the left, here's your record shall so indicate the witness has identified the defendant. Go ahead.
So you issued him a trespass warning. What is a trespass warning?
Stating that he's not allowed to go back to that
Okay. Now, had Ms. Stoker told you he'd already been warned not to come back before?
She gave me several other, few other cases that were involved, and I don't recall.
What?
I doubt they're going to.
Okay. But that night after that happened, did you arrest the defendant for stalking?
No.
Why not?
Just it was, one of July 4th, and their city was going crazy, and also we, did the report to let, the detectives take care of it.
Okay. And was Ms. Stoker gonna go be with family or had family over there to protect?
Correct.
Okay. I'll pass it, sir.
Any cross?
Yes,
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Good morning. Officer, are you sure you issued a trespass warning that night? Or did you say you think you did?
Trespass warning was issued. I just don't remember if I gave it to him directly or not, if another officer handed it to him, but I completed a trespass.
Are you sure you got it?
I would believe so.
Did you see him get it?
I do not recall, but I believe he got it.
You believe you did, but you can't swear under oath that he was issued a trespass warning that night.
My reports reflect that he did, so I mean, I believe so.
Okay, I won't keep pressing you on that. But you didn't hand it to him.
I don't recall. There's a very high possibility that I did, but I just know what my report reflects, that trespass warrant was completed and it states that he received it.
If there's not one, and there's not one in the file, and there's not one in the discovery I received from the state, what does that mean?
Well, trespass warning can also be verbal as well. However, I believe he received a written one, and I don't know why. The other.
It could have been verbal.
No, I mean, that's a possibility for a trespass warning, so you can also be trespassed verbally. However, we normally do a written one, which my report reflects that.
But do you recall you verbally?
I don't recall, no. I don't. It was.
Let me finish my question. You don't recall verbally giving him a trespass warning.
I do not recall.
Did you recall seeing him?
Again, I reported, my report states that he received a trespass warning and he was given it too.
Why did you decide that night that he should be charged with stalking?
Due to the continuous contacts, unwanted harassing and violent contacts made. So a report was made, however, an arrest was not made.
So this was all from what Miss Stoker told you.
Correct.
You never actually saw him.
I didn't say that. Again, I said I did not recall.
You don't recall whether you saw him, and you decided he should be charged with stalking because of what Miss Stoker told you.
Again, yes, a report was made, or an arrest was not, and it was up to detectives at that point to continue.
Let me rephrase one more time and I'll leave you alone. All this was based on Miss Stoker's testimony.
I believe so.
Pass what?
I have nothing from Judge.
Is this man excused?
Please, Judge.
You are excused, sir. Next, please.
Call the witness. Michael Davis.
Thank you.
Be careful, Chris. Yes, I'll.
Come forward, sir. Raise your right hand. And do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please have a seat. Thank you.
Have to move around with that back belt on, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
Officer Michael Davis.
And how are you employed?
Employed by the city of Omaha as a police officer.
How long have you worked for them?
Next month will be 17 years.
You ever worked anywhere else as a police officer?
No.
Okay. So what have you done in your career? Walmart Police Department has always been on patrol?
Majority of the time I haven't been patrol. I've been in specialized units as well, like street crimes and SAU, things like that.
Okay. Currently you're on patrol.
Yes, sir.
Back on June 20th of 2022, were you on patrol?
Yes, sir.
And about would be early morning hours, did you get a call to go to a place on 5520 Concord?
Yes, sir.
What was the purpose of going to Concord Street?
It was, the original call was in reference to an assault that occurred at different locations.
Okay. So where you were going was not where the assault occurred?
Right.
Is Concord in Beaumont, Texas?
Yes, sir.
Is it in Jefferson County, Texas?
Yes.
So when you arrived, who was the complaining witness when you got there that you found?
May I refer to my?
Sure.
The original victim was Janice Stalking.
So when you got the call, was it just minutes before you arrived?
Yes, sir.
And when you got there, did she appear to be upset?
Yes.
Did you get kind of go the gist of what had occurred?
I did speak with the victim, Ms. Stoker, and she ran down what had occurred.
Judge, I'm gonna object as hearsay.
I can get to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let him complete his answer. Did you complete your answer?
No, sir. Ms. Stoker had ran down what was the reason why she called the police, sir.
Okay.
Overruled, there wasn't a substance of what was said. That doesn't constitute hearsay. Go ahead.
When you got there, did she appear to be still upset from the incident that happened?
Yes, sir.
And was she visibly upset?
Yes, sir.
And you could tell by the way she was talking, was she kind of still under the influence of what all had happened?
She was visibly upset. We could see that her eyes were teary and she was elevated, I guess you could say.
You've been around people whenever you show up to a scene, you can tell when they're calm and everything's good, right?
Yes, sir.
And they've had a while to think about it. In this instance, was that so with Miss Stoker?
No, sir.
Was she talking really fast? Almost fast as I talk sometimes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you also see some physical signs on her
Yes, sir.
that kind of backed up what she was saying?
I observed her left eye to be swollen. And there were scratches on her forearms, both forearms and her legs.
Okay. Was there anybody with her?
Her young niece.
Okay. The young lady that was with her, did you see anything on her that appeared to be some type of injuries?
Her nose was swollen.
Okay. So what did Miss Stoker tell you while she was upset?
Judge, I object as hearsay.
Good judge, it's present sense impression. I don't know about excited.
The court has reviewed with the jury what a present sense impression is, which is an exception to the hearsay rule. A statement describing or explaining an event or condition made while or immediately after the defendant, the declarant perceived it. And how long did you say this was that you got to the scene after you had been called? Minutes, hours?
Minutes.
And an excited utterance is also an exception to the general rule against the admission of hearsay. A statement relating to a startling event or condition made while the declarant was under the stress of the excitement that it had caused. Was that occurring?
Yes.
That is in that atmosphere, and the witness was in an excited or upset
Yes.
state. All right, your objection's overruled and the state may continue.
Judge, may I have a running objection through?
No, you need to make an objection each time there's a different matter that you want to object to. But the running objection is, you need to keep making an objection for each set of circumstances. But for his statements he's about to make, based upon what the question was, you don't need to continue to object to that. I've overruled that. But if another question is asked, and you feel like you need to object, you're invited to do so, and then the court will rule. Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
So did she tell you that this had happened just a few minutes before?
Yes,
And was it at a different location?
yes, sir.
And did she tell you why she had to run to Concord Street?
The victim described to me that she had tried to arrive at her residence and she was met by the defendant.
Okay. Now you never saw him that night, did you?
No, sir.
Okay, so did she say who the name was of the person that she?
Yes, sir. She identified the actor as her former boyfriend of 9 months, Xavier Simmons.
Okay,
Another name I object to your objection.
For that statement.
Yes.
same thing, Judge. It's still all under the excited utterance. It's all this, I know, present sense impression. This is all one continuous story.
Is that true, sir? This is still under that,
Yes, sir.
that point in time where you were just coming to
Yes.
investigate, and she appeared to be excited and upset and in a state of
Yes,
emotional distress.
yes, sir.
Overload.
So the whole time you're getting this little short story out of her, what happened? She's still under that influence of that previous incident, right?
Yes,
And this was all within just a couple of minutes while she's telling you what happened, right?
yes.
Okay. So did she say this happened? You said this happened at her residence. Where was her residence?
2326 Pope Street, Beaumont, Texas, Jefferson County.
Okay. So did she say how it began?
She said the juvenile that was with her arrived at the residence. They were met by Mr. Senegal. Verbal disturbance started because they recently broken up and he was accusing her of seeing someone else.
Okay. And did she say that verbal altercation became physical?
It escalated to physical violence. Yes, sir.
Now, did she talk about her cell phones that she had?
Yes,
Did she have a cell phone with her at the time the altercation began?
yes, sir.
And did she say what happened to that cell phone?
She advised Mr. Senegal had smashed both of her cell phone chip too.
Okay. Would that kind of explain why she left from one location to go to another location to try to call the police? So when she,
Hold on, there was not a verbal.
oh, is that yes or no?
Just a
Yeah.
nod.
No, sorry. Did she advise you that she tried to get away from the suspect?
Yes, sir.
And what happened when she tried to get away from him?
Her and the juvenile retreated back to her vehicle. Mr. Senegal retreated back to his vehicle, collected a black and colored tool, then approached the victim again.
And what did he do with the black and colored tool?
He smashed the windows out of her vehicle.
Did you see her vehicle that night?
Yes, sir.
And what did the windows look like?
They were shattered.
Okay. Did it match up with the story she was giving you?
Yes, sir.
So when you saw this, did you also, is that when you looked for physical injuries to see what was wrong with them? Or did you see that before?
You could see that the face was swollen, the swelling to the left eye.
Okay.
Just speaking of that.
Well, how did she say she got that swelling and the young girl got the swelling?
Just hearsay,
Okay, once again, it has to be based upon this.
Yes,
The
this is-
circumstances.
So this is all during this, what I asked you before, this whole thing I'm asking you right now all occurred right within just a couple minutes of your arriving and shortly after this event occurred. Is that correct?
Yes,
And so also looking at the injuries and asking her about those, was she still in the same state she was whenever you were asking her about how this all began?
yes,
So throughout this whole thing, this is what I'm asking you is probably about 45 seconds to a minute or two to get all that information out. Is that right? Maybe a couple minutes?
when I arrived on the scene,
Yeah.
call, the first thing I do is, what's going on? Why would the police call? Then they start telling me the story.
Okay.
Then I start gathering information, name, date of birth.
Right.
phone number, all that, all the pertinent information. So all that, the story I get first is because I have to determine whether or not criminal offense has occurred
Right.
and if charges are wish to be pursued.
Okay.
That's how I do every single call that I go to.
So the story that you're getting is right when you just get there. It's just blurted
Hey,
out.
I'm Officer Davis, what's going on?
Okay. And
They
that's,
start telling me the story.
that's when you got all this information.
Yes.
Then you go back and fill in
Not a
the,
span of hours, it's not even 30 minutes. It may be 30 minutes before ID shows up, but not when I get my story.
okay. So Judge, I'd still argue that this is still under the
Go ahead.
present sense.
I renew my objection. I don't think the hearsay.
Overruled.
I can't talk. I don't think the hearsay exception applies here.
Rule. Go ahead.
So how did she get the injuries? How did she tell you she got the injuries?
She was assaulted by Mr. Senegal.
Okay. How was she assaulted? Do you remember her telling you how?
Let's get referred to my report, let's go, sir. He struck her multiple times on the face with a closed fist.
And she going to tell you she tried to block those?
Yes, sir.
And did he continue on?
Yes,
And is that when she ran?
yes.
Now, did you hear how her niece or her cousin, her 9-year-old cousin got hurt?
Yes.
How did she get hurt?
She was struck in the face.
While all that was going on?
Yes.
So then the smashing of the windows occurred. Were there photographs taken of everybody there at the scene?
The entire ID department, a lot of people consider CSI from the TV show. They came out and photographed the scene, the victim of the scene.
Don't you wish they
The vehicle, what I call the scene.
don't you wish they were like CSI and the TV shows where they could just get everything in mirror looks like that? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let me show you what's marked as states exhibits 4 through 38. If you recognize those.
Yes, sir.
Do those fairly and accurately depict the scene when you saw the people there that night on
Yes,
June
sir.
20th of 2022?
Yes, sir.
Kendra states 4 through 38.
You've not seen those before, Mr. Vasquez?
Yes, I've seen them, Your Honor. But I didn't know which would be offered as evidence. Judge, the defense objects to exhibit 19, 21, 24, 30, and 36.
Okay, that it?
Yes, sir, just those 5, not the no
Anything else you
objection to
want
the
to add?
remaining exhibits.
You just made a general objection. Anything else you want to add?
Well, Your Honor, exhibit 19 duplicates 20.
Let me see. All right, what we're gonna do, here's what we're gonna do. Take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. Relax, stretch your legs, report back out at 10 minutes, and then we'll bring you back in. We'll pick up where we left off. Okay, thank you very much. There's some matters, legal matters I want to discuss, and I can't do that in front of the jury. Thank you. Everyone else remain seated while the jury exits first.
I think you're saying it's involved with those
21, yes.
19, 20, 21. So 19 is a duplicate of 20 and 21 is, I guess, a duplicate of all of them.
21 is a duplicate is 20 as well.
Okay.
And the record shall note that the jury has exited. Go ahead. I'm looking at 19, 20, and 21. You have objections to those 3, correct?
Not 20, Your Honor.
Okay, no objection to 20. So It is admitted. 19 and 21. What are the objections?
They duplicate 20, they're duplicates.
Okay, response from the state.
If you look at, 19, it goes to the back of the car, so it shows more of the car from the back, so you can see more, so it's a different angle. Even though it has the same windshield in it, it does have the rest of the car in it, and it does it in 20. So 19 has the back of the car along with the front, and 20 has more of the front of the car. 19 doesn't. And then
19 does what?
19 has the back of the car, but doesn't have the front. And 20 has the front of the car, but doesn't have the back. So it's basically the rest of the car. It's not the same picture. It's not a duplicate.
And what is it about the rear of the car that proves or disproves any of the elements of the crime?
It's just showing, we're going back around. There's some more damage in the back on the other side. I'm just showing the rest of the car because this window, I think, is also completely smashed out. We're going to get to that in a minute.
Okay.
If you
Anything else?
look at and 21 is just a close up of what the damage is in 19 and 20.
Anything else?
24, yeah.
No. On these three.
No, I stand by my.
Okay, the state has articulated distinctions on each of the three photographs as it shows different aspects of the vehicle and the damage to the vehicle. Overruled, those three are admitted. Next,
24, your honor, duplicates 23.
let me see. Okay. Go ahead, state.
One is from the inside looking out, one is from the outside looking in. And this is 20, was it 24?
Let's just.
Here's 24, here's 24.
I've got it 24.
Okay, well now I got no, it's 25, I'm sorry, my glasses are on.
Okay.
So that's.
And what is 24? 24 shows the interior of the vehicle that 23 does not show,
Correct.
but it both shows breakage to the glass, correct?
That's correct.
So what's the point of the state that's distinct that one does not show in a probative way that the other does? Yeah.
Judge, let me say. When we look at State's Exhibit 24, you look down at the bottom down here, you'll see glass on the inside that shows that this damage came from the outside to the inside. And you can't see that from 23.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes.
Okay. Overruled, the state has articulated distinction as on each of the photographs.
30.
30 duplicates 29.
Okay.
Okay, what about this state?
You can see, Judge, that
Mhm.
one of them shows the extent how far back that smashing out goes, because one of them's closer view.
This one,
Yeah.
27, I'm sorry, 29.
29 is closer than 30 and doesn't show the entire back. So you got the front and the back of the window showing the extent of the entire damage.
In 29?
Yes, sir. So when you see, look at 29 goes to the front part of that window, and then 30 goes to the back part of that window. So it's a
Okay,
completion of the.
You're talking about the,
Yes, sir. Combined, you
portion.
can, yeah,
I'm sorry, 30 is showing the front portion of the
Right.
door and window that 29 does not.
correct.
Then your objection is overruled. It is admitted.
36.
What else?
I withdraw my objection to 36.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay. There y'all refresh and we're gonna get back in about 5 minutes, okay? We're in short recess. Thank you.
But you every day, you learn like, got a dictionary and. Money right now, every day.
I think, what you think, I was like looking at you reading something, I was just.
No, I figured you were reading it.
No, I was watching your hands.
Oh, so you got sprinkle there?
Do you need anything? Water, anything?
Sleep. He will sleep.
Well, close the refresh, the future of. What we do is, what's ID text to, so you have to, they're trying to get that police.
I know.
Should have.
I know, I took a whole bunch of photos out.
Oh, I know.
And I prefer that, but
We'll note all parties are present. Clerk shall reflect, all parties are present, the jury is present, state may proceed, go ahead.
Judge, I'm going to retender in front of the jury, states exhibits 4 through 38.
All right, objections have been noted, those objections are overruled, the state may publish state's exhibits 4 through 38.
Officer, states exhibit 4, is that Janice Stoker?
Yes, sir.
And that was Janice Stoker on the night of June 20th, 2022, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And when you talked earlier in States Exhibit 5, you talked earlier about her having an injury to her knee, scratches to her knee.
Yes, sir.
Now you can barely see it, but it's right here. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And looking at States Exhibit 6, is that a close-up of that injury?
Yes, sir.
Looking at States Exhibit 7, is that a close-up of Janice Stoker?
Yes, sir.
And you said you noticed some swelling. Let me show you States Exhibit 8. Was the swelling on this cheek right here? On her right cheek? You mentioned her, maybe her left cheek. Was it her right cheek?
Absolutely.
Looking at it, been left that way? Okay. Sometimes when we do this in autopsies, we have to orient people to whether left or right is looking at it or looking up. So looking at it, it would have been her left cheek. Okay.
You have to speak out.
Yes,
You know it.
yes, okay. Is this the cheek you were speaking of?
Yes, sir.
And was there swelling there that you saw?
Yes, sir.
Now, you mentioned something to me earlier today. What would you wish victims would do when they're calling about injuries? Would they call the next day?
Everybody here has fallen and gotten injured, and what first happens, it does look that bad. The next day, it looks worse. Same thing happens with swelling on injuries. Initially, minor swelling, the next day,
Black eye or something? Okay. So States Exhibit 9, is that just a closer look at her cheek?
yes, sir.
And States Exhibit 10, who's this?
That is the juvenile that my report.
Okay, that's the juvenile that was with her.
Yes,
And States Exhibit 11, What are we looking at here?
The swollen nose,
The swelling around her nose
yes, sir, and cheekbone,
and states exhibit 12. You said the swelling around her cheekbone, is that this area here?
yes, sir,
Okay. And states 13, is that just a closer view?
yes, sir.
Now, at nighttime when they're using flash, does it always appear different than it does when you see it with your eye?
Yes,
So you could actually see the physical swelling, is that right? So let's skip over, here's 14, same picture, right, except just a different view,
yes, sir,
and 15, just a little closer, is that right?
yes, sir.
Okay, 16, what are we looking at here on State's Exhibit 16?
That is, the victim's vehicle. I pull it out one.
See if I can make it a little bit better. Oh no. Okay, so this car is the victim's vehicle,
Yes, sir,
and is that the front of the vehicle?
yes, sir,
And looking at State's Exhibit 17, is that the rear of the vehicle?
yes, sir.
What do we see up here with this window on State's Exhibit 17?
The back windscreen or windshield is shattered.
And is that what we're seeing on State's Exhibit 18 closer up?
Yes, sir.
Was that missing glass that's out of this right here? Or is that just the glass is shattered in here and this is still holding on?
That's glass that's shattered and,
Dude, let me ask you this way, when you see people that get their windows shattered, you've seen it before, haven't you, in cars? And when they have tint on the cars, does it fall or does it sometimes stay?
yes, that's what I'm about to say. Tint acts like a bonding agent. And even though the glass shatters, it'll still stay up.
Okay. Is that what we're looking at here on State's 18?
Yes, sir.
In State's 19, what are we looking at here?
That's gonna be the passenger side of the victim's vehicle.
And what do we see right here on the passenger side?
Once again, the window's been shattered.
State's 20. Now, looking back here, do you remember if these windows were affected back in the back?
No, sir.
You don't remember or they weren't?
The passenger side, no, the driver's side, front and rear windows were damaged.
Okay. So on the driver's side, the rear window was damaged, but on the passenger side, on this side, it was not.
Yes,
Okay. So looking at State's 20, what are we looking at here?
that's gonna be the front half of the passenger side of the victim's vehicle, sir.
Okay. And that's still showing that shattered windshield, or window, right? And 21, is that a closer view?
Yes, sir.
Does that look like consistent with somebody taking something like a tire iron and hitting it?
Yes, sir.
I mean, is there like a sharp impact in different places?
Right there where your finger is, there's that distinctive line that you see there.
Yes.
That's gonna be your point of impact with the, what I call spider webbing out, the spider web effect when the glass,
Right.
it goes outward.
State's 22, what are we looking at here?
Front left quarter panel of the victim's vehicle, or the angle down the side of the driver's side.
And was the front windshield, anything wrong with it?
No, sir.
Okay, so look at the driver's side door. What do we see here?
Shattered window, sir.
Okay. And Stacy Exhibit 23, what is that?
That is the driver's door, a better picture of the window.
And can you see the distinct pattern there again with the strike mark?
Yes, sir.
And looking at State's 24, what are we looking at here?
That's a shot from the interior of the driver's door outward. And I'm in the background.
Can you see the little shards of glass inside the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
When you see glass inside instead of outside, what does that tell you?
Means the impact came from the outside inward.
Looking at State's 25. What is that?
That's a close-up view of the window from the inside out.
Okay. And 26.
That's more of a view from the overall of the driver's side into the passenger compartment.
And what are we looking at the passenger compartment? Is there broken glass here
Yes, sir.
on the bottom? Was that window completely missing except for the little black glass at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
State's 27. Is that the full window?
Yes, sir.
And can you see just the little shards of glass that are left?
Yes, sir.
Date's 28. This little glass wasn't broken, was it?
No, sir.
Date's 29. Is that a closer view where we can see those shards?
Yes, sir.
And when you see those little shards of glass, what does that tell you?
That means the window's been completely shattered out.
And where do you, these scratches and dents down here, you can't tell where those came from, can you, or do you know?
If you go back to the middle of the picture, sir. No, that
Oh.
picture, sir. Right there where the flash is really white on the paint.
Right,
Take your finger up just a little bit more.
right up here,
Now over to the left, right there.
right there.
You see that? That's gonna be an impact from a tool. You can see the line goes down.
Okay. What about 30?
That's gonna be the rear window frame of the rear driver's side passenger window.
So the one we just looked at with the rear side of it,
Yes, sir.
and back here is that little glass we saw,
Yes, sir.
and it states 31. I don't know if that's right side up or not.
It's a close-up view of the rear frame.
Okay. States 32. Let's do this. What are we looking at?
Driver's seat, steering wheel, floorboard,
And what's laying all in it?
glass, sir.
Does that tell you it came from the outside to the inside?
Yes, sir.
33.
It's a close-up view of the driver's seat so you can see the.
Yeah, let me turn that right side up. That might help us on. Okay, it's hard to tell. 34. That's showing more of the center console.
Yes, sir.
And 35 is that a closer view of the center console.
Yes, sir.
Now, if the glass is consistently scattered all throughout the front of that seat, what does that tell you? Does it tell you that the impact was small or pretty good impact?
Pretty good impact, sir.
36,
Passenger seat front.
and it's got glass in it too, doesn't it?
Yes,
37,
rear floorboard, rear seat and floorboard.
that's got some glass in it, doesn't it? Looking at 38, you can tell how much.
Yes, sir.
Is that a lot of glass?
Well, it's a whole entire window.
The whole entire window's missing, isn't it? So that's a whole entire window sitting in the back passenger seat. What do you call that? What when somebody beats your car and does damage to your car against your will, what is that called? What do you charge them with? Is that an offense under the Texas Penal Code, state of Texas?
Yes, sir.
And is it something that is punishable by jail time? Depending on how much damage they get.
It's based on the value ladder, the higher the value, the more jail time they consider. Yes, sir.
So if somebody has that happen to them and there's been an ongoing battle between her and the person who did that, they could probably be scared that more could happen to them, wouldn't they?
Yes, sir.
And did she seem afraid that more was going to happen that night?
What-
Now it calls for speculating.
Do you know the answer to that? From your training and experience?
For my training experience, yes, sir, yes. She appeared to be scared of him that night, yes, sir.
I'll pass the witness, Jeff. Go ahead.
Thank you. Officer Davis, how are you?
Well, sir, how are you?
Good, thank you. All the information you received that night was from Miss Stoker, correct?
And I also spoke to the juvenile, yes, sir.
So those, you spoke to Miss Stoker and you spoke to the juvenile.
Yes.
Did you see anything? Did you ever see Mr. Senegal?
No, sir.
Have you ever seen him in your life? Let me withdraw that question. You see him today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And as far as the pictures, the injuries speak for themselves, correct? And the jury can assess jury can assess the physical damage to the car, and jury can assess the injuries to the people.
Yes.
Pass witness.
I have no further questions. This
Is this man excused?
Please, Judge.
You are excused, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
Call Janice Stoker.
Kendall. Come on up for just a second, please. Thank you.
Like I was turning my head like this here. Or I just put my head down. People knew something was wrong and stuff like that or whatever. And then I got my mom involved in it because it was starting again on a repeat, on a repeat, on a repeat and stuff like that. My mom kept begging Janet to leave him alone. Because if not, you're gonna be dead so. And I was like, oh, mom, I love him. She was like, no, but no.
Matter of fact, you didn't want him to leave you, did you?
Mm-mm.
You were kind of caught in that pattern. Were you caught in the pattern of, I want you to go, but I want you to stay? Matter of fact, is there some time where you even threatened if he tried to leave you, you were gonna call the cops? So what changed? When did y'all break up?
We broke up in June.
June of what?
2000 and
To 22?
20, I think it was 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it right around the time all this happened?
Yes.
So how did that breakup occur? June? What was it? I think, was it around the week before all this started? The June 13th?
Yes.
Okay, was it June 13th?
Yes. One broke up, it was 25.
All right. So how did that occur?
Horrible.
How?
So when we broke up or whatever, I had just lost my auntie.
Okay. I'm talking about that day. Did you just tell him you wanted to go? What happened?
Oh yeah, I did tell him that. I was like, hey, it's not working out between us. You need to go.
Okay.
I picked all his stuff up, gave him his belongings. We had a black Impala. He left in a black Impala with all his belongings.
So he left.
He left.
Did you think that was gonna be okay? Everything's good now?
At first, I thought so.
All right. Now you said you lost your auntie. When did you lose your auntie?
I lost her in 22, around the same time.
So if the breakup was on June 13th, was it before or after the breakup?
It was after the break.
Okay. So what started happening after June 13th when you broke up? What started happening?
Okay, so I was with my family the whole entire day. Xavier blew me up. He sent me text message after text message. I had like 80 something text messages, 100 something phone calls. When I left my people's house immediately, and Mr. Cinegar was in my driveway of my car. I mean, not my car, in the driveway of my home.
Okay, now, was this the incident that occurred on June 20th? Okay, so this is a week after, not the same day as June 13th. Okay, all right, so it's on June 20th. You said you're at your family's, you're coming home. Was there anybody with you?
Yes,
And who was that?
my cousin Jemima.
Okay. And how old was she at the time?
She was 10 at the time.
Okay. Looking at states 11's already been admitted. Is that her?
Yes, that's her.
Okay. So she's riding with you back over to your house.
Yes, sir.
Had Xavier been blowing you up all day with phone messages?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you think he was gonna be at your house? Was he at your house when you got home?
Yes, he was.
Where was he at when you got there?
He was in his car.
All right. And did you just keep driving or did you pull up?
No, I just put it in my, I put it in my driveway.
Was he blocking the driveway or was he just parked out front?
He was parked so in my driveway, the straight driveway. I had, my ex-boyfriend, vehicle across. Yeah, that was a vehicle. It was a vehicle parked in the driveway there first, and he was parked on behind it.
Beer cart. What are you talking about, beer cart?
So his car was the black and
Okay.
white. So we had a car parked in front of it. So how my driveway was, I had to park on the side of the vehicles. That's what my car was parked on the side, where I had to put it in.
Okay. So you pulled on the side.
Mhm.
You get out,
Yes. So when I got out the vehicle, I had my little 10-year-old cousin Jemima with me. I'm trying to get her in the house because I knew what type of time he was on. So when he, so as I'm trying to let her in the house, that's when he started beating me, took my cell phone, broke my iPhone.
Object to the narrative, you know.
All right, question.
let's kind of take this down a little step at a time. So you get out of the car, where is Xavier?
He was in his vehicle getting out of the vehicle.
Alright. So where were you going?
Inside my home.
So did you walk towards your front door?
Yes, I did.
What did Xavier do when you started walking towards your front door?
He started grabbing himself.
Was he saying anything?
Yes.
What was he saying?
He was saying, I'm gonna hurt you.
Okay. Was he asking you about somebody else that he thought you were sleeping with?
Yeah.
Did you have somebody else?
No.
So at the time, was that the big thing with him was he was accusing you of sleeping around?
Yes.
When you're walking up to your door and he comes and he's trying to get your cell phone, does he get your cell phone from you?
Yes.
And what happened after that?
He broke the iPhone.
Alright. So what, did you have two phones?
Yes, I did.
Did both of them work?
Yes.
Okay, was one an iPhone, one was
Android.
an Android? Okay. And so the iPhone got broken. Why'd you have two phones? Let's go there.
Because he broke the previous phone before that he had broken up.
Okay, so you got another one to replace it?
Yes.
And in the meantime, did you have this Android phone?
Yes, sir.
So he grabs the phone. And did you try to get it back from him?
Yes.
And what happened when you tried to get it back?
He crashed it.
He crushed it. How did he crush it?
He threw it on the phone. I mean, he threw it on the phone.
And after he threw it, what did you do?
So when he broke my phone, I was trying to let my little cousin into the home.
Okay. Did you have your key actually out and in the door?
Yes, sir.
And so you're trying to get her inside. Why are you trying to get her inside?
To protect her, because I didn't want her to see him beating on me in front of her.
Did you think in any form or fashion that she was going to get hurt out of all this? It wasn't even in your mind, was it? It was just between you and him. So when you're trying to get this in, what did he do?
That's what he started off.
When you started off on you, what does that mean?
Like he started beating on me.
Okay, hitting you? What was he hitting you with?
His fist.
Was he saying anything while he was doing that? Or was he just hitting you?
He was just hitting me at the time.
Okay. Where was your cousin?
She was, like I said, when I was trying to open the door, we never got to get into the house. We never got to get into the house because he was fighting on me.
And so when he's hitting you, how did you get away from him? Or what happened?
So after that, we took off running. We was taking off running down
Okay.
the street.
Did you take your cousin and just start?
I took I think let's run. And then this one we ran down the street.
All right. What did Xavier do whenever you ran?
Then that's when he got back into his vehicle. And then he was backing out the driveway. When I see him back out the driveway, we running back to get back into my car. Try to get into my car.
Okay.
That's when he pulled back up in the driveway, popped his trunk out, I think that was his tire thing for his car or something. And then that's when he started shouting.
Okay. When you say he, you're talking about Xavier something?
Yes, sir.
Same person you identified in the courtroom?
Yes, sir.
He started doing what?
Back in my window out in the car.
We all inside the car or outside the
He was outside the car.
Looking at States Exhibit 16, is that your car that night?
Yes, it is.
And looking at States 18, was that your back windshield that he did?
Yes, it is.
Was it like that before he started hitting it with the tire?
No, sir.
Looking at States 19, when's that?
That's the passenger side of the driver seat.
Was it like that before?
No, sir.
Is that what Xavier in Senegal caused?
Yes, sir.
Was he yelling anything or doing anything while he's beating this car?
He was just beating them up. He was just beating them up at the time.
States Exhibit 20? That just closer shot of that
Yeah,
window?
because close the picture.
Okay. So y'all weren't inside.
No, sir.
Where were you standing while you're watching all this?
We was standing like halfway to the driveway.
Were you saying anything to him?
I was like, stop beating on my car. Please stop beating on my car.
Were you getting scared?
Yes, I was.
Did he appear to be totally out of control?
Yes,
Were you afraid for you and your niece?
yes, I was.
Look at States 22. What is this?
That's the driver door.
23. Is that a closer view?
Yes, it is.
Was that like that before he started beating on your car?
No, sir.
Now, all the glass that was inside your car. Did you have to sit in that when you left early after this?
Yes, I did.
So how did this stop? I mean, he's beating your car. All this stuff's going on. He's crushed your phone. He's hit you. Did your niece, I mean, your cousin get hit during all this?
Yes, she did.
How did she get hit?
When he was swinging on me, I was covering her up like this here. And he was dating going like stare in my face and then he did like that. And while I'm holding her, she got hit in the face too.
So now he's crashing your car. He's broken your phone. He's hit you and your niece or your cousin. When did he stop?
He stopped after he busted, I think that window right there.
Yeah.
After he busted that window, he got in his vehicle and he drove off.
And what did you do?
And then when he drove off, I jumped in my vehicle and I went to my cousin's house on the Concord Street where I called the police.
Okay. Were you also calling the police while he was taking your phone and stuff? Were you trying to call them?
Because I was trying to get her to say like, hey, I'm getting abused or something like that. Like, hey, there's altercation going on in my household.
Okay.
I need the police to come right in.
So on June 20th, 2022, did you make 2 phone calls to 911?
Yes, I did.
One from the house or your house?
And one from my cousin's house on Concord.
Okay. Let me show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 3. I'll let you listen to those phone calls today, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Are those fair and accurate phone calls of what you made to 911 that day?
Yes, I did.
Interstates 3?
Judge Oggs, objective states 3, the proper predicate has not been laid.
Okay, is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else?
That's my objection.
Objections overruled. State's Exhibit 3 is admitted.
Permission to publish?
That's granted. Okay, so hold on for just 1 second.
Yes.
Your question here was, so June 20th, 2022, did you make 2 phone calls to 911?
Yes, sir.
That's June 20th, not July 4th.
No, this is June 20th. This is a previous incident.
Okay, go ahead. We got 2 incidents here we're
Yes, sir.
talking about.
Yes, sir.
Want the jury to be clear.
Now, you didn't hang up, did you?
No, sir.
Was that when he took your phone? And was that at that door? You were trying to get help? On that same day after you get through and he's assaulted you, he's smashed your phone, he's smashed your car up. Did you drive somewhere?
Yes,
Where did you drive to get away from him?
on Concord Street,
Okay, who lives there?
my cousin Tasha,
Why were you going there?
to get to a safe spot.
And when you got to that safe spot, did you call 911 again?
Yes, I did.
Honestly, I mean, I need officers, please, like, I need officers to come, what's the day is? All this stuff. 65, 20 Concord Street. 20 Concord, it's my home there. Yes. He's not a good there, really, he can help. I'm my cousin's house, I'm apartment. So you're at 20 Concord at Concord Place? Yeah, yeah. Is this a house or what? This is an apartment. Right, right. Probably the four. And where do you live? You know, 26, Polk Street. Hold on. Yes, ma'am. Where's he at? But I was out on my phone and I he told on me and I talked to my sister in the house and he been a week on him. Yeah, sucker. Yeah, tell. He didn't get arrested, yeah. Yeah, he didn't get arrested.
Go back to your house after all that. Did you go stay at your house? Or do you remember?
No, I didn't stay in my house. I stayed on Concord Street.
Okay. Did all this just keep going on? Did it stop there after the crashing of the windows?
And this when the stalking was
The stalking part? What do you mean the stalking part?
right by my house. He was going through my backyard, looking through my sister window, coming by my window, so he saying some dudes was in my house, and then they go further on, then about two something in the morning.
Was this,
He asked a question, she can complete her answer if it takes 2 seconds or 2 minutes. Have you completed your answer, ma'am?
No,
Go ahead, you can complete.
so then that's when the stalking, like I said, about two something in the morning, he comes to my house around 2 o'clock every morning. Ringing the doorbell, knocking on my door around that time,
always at nighttime or dark, wasn't it?
always at nighttime,
Did he also send text messages and things to you?
yes.
And were they constant text messages? Let me show you what's been marked as state's exhibits. 2, we went over these. They're digitally copied, are they not, of the text messages that you gave us as a vector from your phone, is that right?
That's correct.
And are these a fair and accurate copy of those?
Yes, sir.
In state's exhibits 2A through 2H, are these just some excerpts that we took out that the officer took pictures of your phones that night?
Yes, that is correct.
But they're all tied together with state's exhibit 2, is that correct?
Yes, that was correct.
Tender states 2 and 2A through 2H.
For the record and for the jury to understand, you tendered State's Exhibit 2, an item, one
State's
single
Exhibit
item.
2 is a series of text messages that were taken from her phone that were given to the detective. State's Exhibits 2A through 2H are some excerpts from those, so I don't have to go through every single message.
And that's going to be 8 items?
Yes, sir.
2A through 2H, is
Yes,
it,
sir.
Henry?
Correct.
Your Honor, the defense objects to State's Exhibit 2 and 2A through 2H. Same reason as the previous objection, Your Honor, that the proper foundation has not been established.
Um, Anything else?
That's a state, that's okay.
Your objections overruled. They are admitted.
Now, these messages, these are ones the officer testified that he kind of took photographs of your phone.
Yes, sir.
So that was on the incident that occurred on July the 4th, is that correct? The one where all the family was there and he came over,
I think that was.
that was before that? Okay, well, let's look at these because the way they're listed, we'll just go through them. So
Oh, boy.
when we, yeah, I'm going to judge, I'm
Thank you.
just getting them situated where I can do that. So whose number is that 409-683-8835? That your number or his?
That was, say, there's somebody else number he was texting me off.
Okay.
That's not, yeah, there's somebody else number.
Was he using always the same number?
He was using different numbers. He was using text free, not apps, or some of his friends, or some of his friends' number.
Ain't gonna work.
So you don't have the light on?
I can turn the light on, but it's not gonna help me. It's just gonna make it the same deal. I'll turn it on. We'll see what difference it makes there.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Dennis. That better? Go ahead. All right, so this shows on a Thursday at 11:57 p.m. Was this all during that time period between June 13th and July 4th of 2022?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are these messages in gray or whatever color they are, and this will be gray? Are these messages from Xavier Senegal to you?
Yes, sir.
Are there any replies from you to him that you see?
I don't think, no.
Okay, we'll go through them. If you see any, let us know. So, what does that first line say?
He said, I know you must really love him for you to have him there. Bro, you really have this dude there? And you in the room? You think I'm a joke? He said, get out that house now. And then he said, she going to make me do that nigga something. He said, Janice, since you think I'm a bitch, if he come out that house, he's going to get here, bro. You keep bringing him to the house. That shit hurt. Really, that shit
Really?
really hurt. Really, I heard y'all and in the bed. Really?
So he's got a text that says, I heard y'all in the bed?
Yes.
Were you with somebody?
No, no, sir.
But he heard a noise.
Yes.
What does that tell you?
He was stalking my house by my window.
Takes to give it 2B.
He say, really, Janice, I'm not playing. He say, I walked him, you have him in the house, I heard.
Oh, there it is again. I heard him, right?
Yours
So what does that tell you?
outside my house again.
God
Then he
bless.
say, Janice, you really never cared. He come out that house, he's going to be bloody and I'm not playing.
Does that sound like a threat to if there was an individual with you?
You say, Janice, I'm telling you, you don't care about me and I would let you be.
Hang on, let me get that.
Janice, if I see that nigga come out that house, I'm going to kill him and I'm not playing.
Well, that next one we did that, and you laid up with him in the bed I had to beg you to sleep in.
Yes. I didn't see that part, not bad.
And then the last one,
And it said, just let him know you don't care about me anymore.
That's not bad.
let me know
Oh, let
if
him
you don't
know.
care. Yeah, read it just as it is.
Okay.
I'll try to fill in who's saying.
Okay.
Okay. So Stacy's given 2C. That's that same part up there at the top that we just read, right?
Mhm.
So start with just tell me.
It say, just tell me. It say you had the lights turned off when I called you. You turned them on.
What does that tell you?
In my house. He say, Janice, I don't know. I don't know. He in there and
I know.
I know he in there and I'm not going to lie. You and I.
I'm mad.
Mad because that's not the first time. That's why you put the fan on in the other room and the bed was messed up. He said, I just want you to talk to me. Janice, you got him there and I will not let it go like that. Tell me what it really is. That's all I want to know. So what is? They say I'm really getting pissed off. Janice, you really don't. No, Janice, you're really going to get him
You can read.
killed. You know how.
So that sound like another threat.
Yes.
Too deep.
So it's already okay. I read this part already. Okay, bro, you make me feel like he. Bro, you make me feel like he telling you don't talk to me. I'm getting mad and madder. Okay, okay, Janice, I do have my shit with me.
What does that mean, do you think? I have my shit with me. If he's making threats.
You
Do you know the answer to that?
An answer for that one. I-
Okay.
She doesn't know. Go ahead.
I'm going to sit here. He say, don't let him see me. No, don't let me see him. He say, since you don't want to talk to me, he's going to get it.
So when he says, I'm going to sit here, it says, I have my shit with me, I'm going to sit here, don't let me see him. What does that tell you where he is?
By my house somewhere. Okay, Mom, that's how it's going to be. He said, I just want you to talk. No, I just want you to talk to me, but I guess he means more to you.
Takes exhibit 2E. Start at the top.
Okay, so Janice, he gonna get it. And then he was like, Janice, you really never loved me. I know he's in there. I heard y'all last night,
I heard y'all last night. What does that tell you is?
like in my house. And you had him in the room. Janice, you think I'm stupid. And you still lying. I know he's in there. He say, do you love him? Just tell me what it really is. And you can call and hang up. I'm not playing Janice. I'm not playing Janice. He better not come out that house. Try me. And he say, and if I find out I think if we go
Okay, let's go to 2F.
I'll find out you're what?
They say, if I find out that your coworker is going down. So you really care about him more than me to have him in the, in the house, in the bed. I know I wasn't tripping all this time. I better not see him. I'm telling you, Janice, just answer my question. Do you love him? That's all I want to know, because I know you don't give a fuck about me. That's obvious. It's really like that. You showing him more than you ever showed me. Just let me get my shit and go to, hold on. Let me get my shit and I'm going to give you your key. I'm really fucked up.
That really,
They really fucked up my head, but but
did he have a key
no,
that you knew about?
no,
Did he have all his stuff?
yes,
Was there anything left to give him back?
no, sir.
Do you think he was trying to get you just to talk to him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is State's Exhibit 2G.
I'm not going to text or. I'm
Text
not
or
going
call.
to Text or call. Let me get my stuff and I'm going to keep it moving. I really love you. I would have died for you. I'm going to let you be. I'm sorry about everything. I wish I could have been better. You call now, you don't answer. So you really love him more than you love me.
Is that you answering the
So
thumb up?
I did like this too. I sent the thumb people.
Okay.
And so he say, so you block me, so you with him all night, so you're really good with him?
State's Exhibit 2H.
So I'm not going to text, I read that part.
Okay, we already did that, didn't we? Okay, that looks like the same thing. Okay, well, I have to duplicate. So. That's not all the text messages, is it? Is it?
On that way, from that night.
Well, that, from that night,
Mhm.
but there's others from previous times, isn't there? Was he constantly calling, texting? Did he use other people's phones?
Yes,
And one time, did he use a person by the name of Donald Guillory's phone?
yes, he did.
And that's on State's Exhibit 2 as well, isn't it? Now, did you also have some security videos that kind of captured him at your house a couple of times?
Yes,
Matter of fact, one time, did he actually come inside your house?
yes, he did,
Was that with or without permission?
without permission.
And did you have some people over there? Do you remember when that occurred? When the actual coming in the house occurred? Was it before the smashing of the windows or after the smashing of the windows?
It was after smashing.
Okay, so he's already hit you, he's already come to your house, he's already smashed your windows, broken your phone, and were you becoming scared?
Yes, I was.
And so when this night, when did you have people over?
I forgot,
Was it right before all the last of it?
It was after he bust the windows out, was it after my interview? I'm trying to recall.
Okay.
I think it was like, was it like June the 28th or 20th, something on that time?
Did your security camera capture what happened that night when he came inside the house?
Yes, it did.
Did you have a camera set up in the living room or the living area?
Yes, it was sitting on the dining room table.
Okay. So that captured that.
Yes, it did.
Were there other couple of times in July when he also came by the outside of the house, was knocking on the door and trying to get in?
Yes,
And did you have a camera outside your house that captured those?
yes, I have ringed over again. Yes.
Okay. And those happened, I think, in the latter part of June, early part of July, or was it later than that?
It was the end of June and the beginning of July.
Okay. And we looked at those today, didn't we?
This week.
We looked at them again before, but State's Exhibit 1,
that I showed you those videos, is that correct? And those 3 videos, did they come off of your security cameras?
Yes, they do.
Now, your security cameras that you have out there, the ones outside, let's start with those. Are they motion activated or do they all constantly record?
Stay motion. That's motion.
Okay. So when somebody moves outside or gets in within a range of it, does it cause it to come on?
Yes, sir.
And did it appear it was working properly that night?
Yes.
And when you look at the video, does the video that I have on State's Exhibit 1, is it an accurate copy of what you saw that night on that security video?
Yes.
And also, were you present at the house during those times?
Yeah.
And did
One
of the times? Okay. Did you look out and see him outside? Okay. Were you hiding inside?
So when he knocked on the door, I don't think our door was unlocked that night. He just walked in.
Okay, that's the night he walked in. Okay. Now you saw all that when he came in, and did you actually come out or did you hide back in your room? Okay. Did it appear that the cameras on all 3 occasions on this State's Exhibit 1, were they working properly? And are these the videos that you obtained from your service yourself? And so you know how to operate the service. And are these the entire incident when he showed up and left, and then showed up and left?
Yes.
Okay. Nothing cut out of them? Okay. Do they have sound and video?
Yes.
And all of that was working properly?
Yes.
Okay. I tender State's Exhibit 1, Judge. The 2 ring cameras and then 1 inside. Yeah.
Take care of these previously, Your Honor. We have no objection to State's 1.
States 1 without objection is admitted.
Permission to publish some cooking, Judge? They're not real long. No, we're getting into lunch hour. We switch this up. Okay, just when say 7-1, this first video, this is the one that occurred inside your house, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and who is that standing at the door right there?
Mr. Seneca.
Okay. Was he invited in that night?
No, he was not.
Did he even knock to come in?
So when he pulled up, we was in there asleep. And we was sleeping in my household.
Okay,
And then that's when I heard him at the door.
okay.
You got to leave on the new right, everybody. You got to leave on the new. Yeah. You got to know. You should be checking out. You know, be checking out. You got to leave on the new, bro. You got to leave on the new, James. You got to leave on the new. You got to leave on the new, James. What does she do? I'm like, I think I know people's all wrong. When she made this mom, what is she? You go to James? You go to bro? So this how you gonna do? This how you gonna do? You got to go to bro? James, you got to be in here? Where are you at? Where are you at, James? Where are you at? Look, get my phone on the table. Get my phone on the table. You got to be on my. You got to be on my. That's how you get down, bro. That's how you get down. You got to get in my line, bro. That's how you gonna do things. You got a whole lady in there, bro. Who's that? Who is that nigga? Who's the nigga, James? That's the nigga that you been talking to? Who is the nigga, James?
Bro, you gotta leave over there. Huh? Then you gotta leave in here, bro. Like, that's how you gonna do it. That's how you gonna do it, bro. Then you have people call my house today. So you gonna have me in here, bro? That's all my shit. Big lie. What you talking about? Then, what? My father. Then, so that's how you gonna do it. That's how you gonna do it. You got my money? You got it. You got it. Down the school. You got it. You know they are. Stop, bitch. Here, come, police. Come on, get him out. I think going to their car. Yeah, he going, he outside. All right, the dog and the dog, right up. Yeah. Turn it off. Where he is? I look you later. Nah, bitch, she opened it, cause he opened his door tonight. He opened it, yeah. Get down. Get down.
But did he come back that night?
No, he didn't come in.
Okay, so after he left there, he left and y'all just called the police and went on them. So let me ask you a couple of questions. In that house, there was somebody yelling at him. Was that you? Yelling and screaming at him when she said, "My bitch" and all that. Was that you? Who was that? Okay. Now you did respond to him at one time, didn't you? What'd you say?
I said about the bus, the one,
You broke my windows.
you broke home.
Okay. But you didn't say anything else to him after that? So all the yelling and screaming wasn't you yelling at him, starting stirring stuff up?
No.
You did say you broke my windows.
Yes.
So the rest of this is just y'all calling the police, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I just think.
Can you see the date on that? It's kind of hard to see.
It was on June 28, 2022,
June 28th, 2022, at what time?
at 2:18 AM.
2:18 AM.
There's a dog. Jamie. I just seen there's a dog. Who is it? I mean, just talk to me. Who is it? Huh? I can't hear you. Who is it? Who is that nigga? Huh? Who's the nigga in there, bro? James. Who is it? Who is that? This is what who is it? So it's like we done like you got a nigga standing there. You got a nigga standing there, James. So you got a nigga in my eye. You got this nigga in my eye, man.
Who was that talking to?
Yes, Shamarian.
Okay. So you had company over?
Yes.
What, was there a man in the house over there?
No, sir.
Who was over there?
Me and Shamarian.
Okay. Who's your married?
That was the young lady in the other video. The one that you played at first. It was 3 females in the house.
Right, she was the younger one?
No, she was the oldest one that was standing by the restroom door.
Okay.
That was her.
While we're looking at this real quick, we're looking at your front door, is that right?
Yes, that's my camera. That was sitting on the front door. Yeah.
Okay, and that video right there points to, was that where you were attacked by him on June 20th,
Yes.
2022. And when y'all left, which way did y'all run as far as the picture's concerned?
Okay. So this,
You can stand up.
You can stand up.
Yes, ma'am. And you can move that.
There's
chair.
a
Thank you.
pointer right here, we can help you out with. You can use this end towards that.
thank you. So this is my driveway, okay? The night I got a text, we ran this way.
Okay. What was your car park?
So this the car that I was, the X car, okay? So you see this side right here?
Right.
It's like some grass. So I pulled my car in right here. Mr. Senegal car was parked right here
Okay. Why's your ex's car there?
because he was incarcerated and then I still had his vehicle.
Okay. So you were using his vehicle? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's the way y'all ran and then your car got smashed and
Yes, sir.
all that. What date is this? Can you tell?
That happened on, July the 3rd, 2022 at 10:12 p.m.
So this is the day before the big melee out in the front yard that the officer showed up at. Is that right?
No, there's, okay, that was around the same, that was around the same time.
Around the same time. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. 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 So you gonna look out the window at night?
Now that last part when he's coming out, you hear the women screaming. Was that when he came in the house or was that a different time? Was that when it all happened and the police showed up?
So the screaming part, it
Yeah.
sound like that was on, sound like from the first video.
Okay.
That day right there when he came on this last video,
Yeah.
they wasn't up and the only one was there was my little young cousin.
Okay.
She was, at the time, she was 19. It was in the hospital.
So this goes all throughout June 13th. You got problem June 20th. Then you got him coming to the house. The end of June, you got him coming the 1st of July. And when did it finally stop?
When the big commotion happened, when the officers was called out.
Okay. And later on, he got arrested, correct?
Yes.
He didn't bother you after that, did he?
No.
Well, all the time that this is going on, were you fearful that he was going to do more offenses, more crimes against you?
Yeah.
And were you also fearful that he was going to hurt you or anybody that you lived with? Were you getting to where you just were scared?
Yeah.
How do you feel today?
I'm nervous because I actually see him today. I haven't seen him in 4 years. So
Okay. You worried that if all this is over with, that this might continue now?
yes.
I'll pass it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna break at lunch here and then come back and then the defense gets to cross-examine the witness. Please remember the instructions the court has given to you and all of you return back at 1:30. 1:30. Thank you very much. We'll see you back then. Everyone else remain seated while the jury and the witness exit first. Thank you. You're an assess.